Welcome to Sanitation Online. So my name is Michelle Riley and I will be your professor for this online 8-week course. I wanted to do a quick welcome video just to give you some insight into what to expect from the class and to walk you through how to find things, how to contact me, etc. So I am in the home page for our course on Canvas. So this is where you're going to find a lot of the information. The first thing, if you go to the syllabus, you click on that. I already did it, so let me open that up for you. This is where you're going to find a lot of important information about the course. So you can see this is online, but one really important thing to note is that you must come to campus on either one of these sessions, and if you can't make one of these, you need to let me know ASAP because it's not something we can just offer anytime we want. To take the actual ServSafe exam. So this will be the only time you'll have to come on campus. We'll probably also hold a review if you would like to come to that as well. But this, one of these two times you're going to need to be available. And I tell you that now in case you need to ask off work or make other arrangements so you are available to come in during one of those dates in May. So a couple quick things about me. My office phone and email are there. My preferred contact method is email. It's a lot easier for me to email you back than it is to call you back if I'm not at my desk. So that tends to be a quicker response. A couple other things I wanted to talk about here is in the announcements tab, hopefully you've already looked at that in the actual Canvas course, but if not, there is an option. So if you buy the book at the bookstore, it will come with the electronic exam voucher and the MyLab access. You do need both of those things. There's also a link that I put in the announcements tab that if you already have the book or you just prefer the voucher and MyLab electronic access of the book instead of the whole thing through the bookstore, you can get that through that link that I provided. So please contact me if you have any questions about that, but you will need that exam voucher to take the ServSafe exam and also MyLab access. You can read through the rest of the syllabus and I will be happy to answer any questions if you have. I expect that everyone will look through that at some point this week. Couple of things I want to talk about here is that you must pass the ServSafe manager exam, which will be what we do in our that final week of the semester for passing this class. It's necessary to pass the class. You need to get at least 75% on the ServSim exam for pass. I will give you 2 tries to take the test, but you do have to pass that. If you fail the ServSafe exam, get less than 75%, that will be entered as a 0 for the ServSafe exam and you will fail the course and potentially need to retake that. The other thing that you're going to have points for is the other 40% is going to be MyLab quizzes and assignments, and I'll show you what that is. Also, it looks like on this version of syllabus, your dates didn't get updated, so I'm sorry. I will fix that and re-upload that for you onto Canvas. I'm sorry it didn't save when I changed these. This is the first 8 weeks, but this still fits. So imagine those dates are for your semester. This is a tentative guideline, so all assignments will be due on 5/13. So I will adjust the syllabus and re-upload it for you. But this is just a guideline. You don't have to do it in this order, but I really recommend picking a couple of chapters, going through them each week. That way you aren't scrambling at the end, and I will monitor your progress and see how everyone's doing. You do need, and I will say I say quizzes here. In MyLab, I'll show you they're actually called chapter tests, but they are essentially quizzes. So I don't want to call them tests and make them sound like they're bigger than they are. They really are quizzes, but MyLab does refer to them as tests, so just don't get confused about that. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it didn't save. I will update this for you. So hopefully when you go pull the syllabus up, it doesn't look like this. But hopefully that gives you a little insight. I do have all of the PowerPoints if you want to look through those. That's great. I have a review lecture, a practice test if you want to see how you're doing at any point during the semester. I'll show you how to go into MyLab. And so we go through MyLab through Canvas. If you purchased the book at the bookstore and have that blue MyLab thing, and you open it, it's going to tell you a different way to go to MyLab, to go to a website, but this is how you need to go for this course, and it's actually much simpler just to get through it through Canvas. So you click Open MyLab and Mastering, and this is what it's going to ask you to do. So it's going to make you create a Pearson account if you don't already have an account with Pearson. So create an account. It's going to have you fill out some email names, just some basic things. It will then go on to ask you for your access code for MyLab. Again, if you bought the book at the bookstore, that's going to be in that blue kind of folded document, and it will have that access code. You scratched it off to get that. If you choose to follow that link that is under the Announcements tab, look under here, and you can see the link. It was $58. I believe last time I looked, it's like $65 now, because it changes every time I look a little bit. But what they're going to do is they're going to mail you the access code, actually. So let me just click on the link so you can see that. So yeah, okay, so it was $65 last time I looked at it, $67.75. But still, it's got the voucher and the MyLab access code. So it will mail it to you, but when you get to register and get through the point where it has access code, at the bottom of the screen, it's going to give you an option to do a free 2-week trial. So I am going to ask everyone to go ahead and do that. You will actually need to go ahead and get onto MyLab and take the first chapter test by next Monday, and I will send this to you guys in an email as well. That way I know that you're participating in the class and you've gotten everything set up. So go ahead, and even if you're waiting on that or have questions about how to get the book or access code, email me, but still go ahead and use that two-week free trial to get on there. I'm going to switch out of student view for just a second so I can go into MyLab where it's going to look a little bit different because it will already have me signed in. So give it a second to come up. But I'm going in this way just to show you. Yours is going to look a little bit different, but I want to show you the assignments. And so for each one, you'll have a learning module and a chapter test to go through. So the learning module walks you through some of the content. The chapter test is going to, they're all varying lengths. This one has 16 questions. You can do these as many times as you want. So it's really, kind of a goal to practice, see how you're doing, making sure you're understanding the information. But that's what it's going to look like, and you can see they're all due on 5/13. So hopefully that was just a really quick overview. I'll be sending more emails and checking in with all of you, but if you have questions, aren't sure what to kind of expect, remember your main information, look through the PowerPoints, read the books, but really the main content is going to be completing the learning modules and the tests for each chapter. So make sure you get started on that. Please reach out with any questions, and I will be in contact soon. Thanks, guys.